This podcast is brought to you by The Senior Techie, a source of information for seniors and others about technology. Hello, everyone. Today we are tackling a very specific, very annoying phenomenon that I know drives many of you up the wall.
Oh, absolutely.
You buy this premium smartphone, right? You set up the fingerprint ID and it works like a charm. But maybe 2 years later, you're tapping that sensor 5 or 6 times just to check the weather.
Yeah, and the immediate assumption is usually my phone is broken, or worse, I'm just bad at technology.
Right, but neither of those is true.
True. I mean, the hardware is fine. It's actually a biological issue.
Yeah.
The senior techie points out that after age 60 or so, fingerprint quality just declines drastically.
So it's not about how hard you press the button. It's about collagen.
Precisely.
As we age, our skin loses elasticity and moisture. So those unique ridges, the loops and whorls, they literally soften and become flatter.
Which is a huge problem for capacitive sensors. Those sensors need definition. They need mountains and valleys.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so when the skin is dry and the ridges are softer, the sensor just sees something more like a flat plane. And this triggers what the senior techie calls template aging.
Template aging. I found this concept so validating for seniors.
It really is.
Basically, your phone is comparing your finger today to a digital map, the template you created years ago. But because of that collagen loss, the physical territory has shifted.
The map is outdated. The algorithm rejects you because you no longer match the you from 2 years ago.
That makes sense.
Mm.
So if fingers are unreliable, I assumed we should just switch to iris scanning. The eyes are the window to the soul. Supposedly, they don't change.
Well, they are generally more stable than fingerprints, but not a silver bullet for seniors. The eye does change in function. The biggest hurdle is the pupil.
Right, because as we age, our pupils don't react to light as sharply.
Or as quickly as they used to. Think of your iris like a pattern printed on a piece of elastic fabric.
Okay.
When your pupil dilates or constricts, it stretches or scrunches that fabric.
And that messes with the pattern recognition.
It does. If an older eye reacts unpredictably to the scanner's light, the pattern gets distorted. The algorithm tries to match that stretched fabric against the original photo, and it just can't make it fit.
Plus, we have physical barriers.
Yeah.
The senior techie notes that things like drooping eyelids, which is just gravity at work, or conditions like cataracts, they can physically block the camera's view.
The security tech is definitely struggling to keep up with our biology. However, there is a massive upside to this.
This was the best part of the information for me, especially regarding the benefits for seniors.
Right. We are moving from technology failing to identify us to technology using voice data to actually diagnose us.
Specifically regarding vocal atrophy.
Yes, which is a wasting away of the vocal muscles.
Yeah.
It's very common in older adults, but often goes undiagnosed.
And affects quality of life.
Definitely. The senior techie reports on new AI models that can screen for vocal fold diseases, so things like paralysis, lesions, atrophy, just by listening to a voice recording.
The efficiency comparison here is stunning. The data showed that the AI could screen for these issues in about 30 seconds.
Versus the standard medical route.
Right. To get that same assessment from human specialists took anywhere from 40 to 80 minutes.
That is a massive difference in time commitment. And think about the experience of that 40 to 80 minutes.
I imagine it's not pleasant.
To diagnose these issues traditionally, you often need a laryngoscopy. That involves putting a scope down the throat to look at the vocal cords. It is invasive and uncomfortable.
Suddenly talking into your phone for 30 seconds sounds like a miracle.
It really is. It opens the door for telemedicine to catch these issues early without the trauma of a physical exam, unless it's absolutely necessary.
So it takes the aging factor, the changes in our voice, and turns it into a preventative health tool.
It's a huge benefit.
It makes you wonder, if our devices are sensitive enough to tell that our voice has changed before we even notice symptoms, could our phones eventually become the first line of defense against aging-related diseases?
It's a hopeful thought. Our tech might stop unlocking our doors, but it might start unlocking better healthcare.
This podcast was brought to you by The Senior Techie. It's available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. If you'd like to keep up with their newsletters, you can subscribe for free by going to subscribe.theseniortechie.com.